Okay, Saturday, 3rd of August, 2024, so Psychology Saturday. Understand yourself and others better. Sharing smart stuff men should know. So, a little technique to reduce and avoid, minimize cringe and embarrassment. So, really, it's a memory. It's a memory that you may have of an event or a place or a person, whatever else. And the chances are, over time, especially over time, they're not thinking about it anymore. The longer the time period, the less likely they are to remember it. Remember it intrinsically, but also other things have happened or are happening, so they are less inclined to think about that certain thing years ago. Of course, depending on the gravity of the situation. But things that happened 10 years ago, less and less people are likely to remember it. Amazing. And also, the situation in 2020 with the health problem around the world, big events like that mean that people are less likely to remember this one specific thing and they focus on this big issue over here instead. Because you can't remember every single thing in life, but the important stuff or the important things you have to handle, we remember those. We remember them, yes, very important. But every single thing, no. I did a
Distance 1.0 kilometers. Total distance 2.0 kilometers.
2 kilometers? Wow, how cool is that? So it's worth remembering also that the world is complex. The world is complex. Don't be so narcissistic. I did a video about this months ago. I really can't remember when now. 6-8 months ago, I guess. Don't be so narcissistic. Now, what that also means is that there's a great concept in psychology called the spotlight effect. Meaning, when we remember things specifically, but most people are not paying attention, are not listening, don't really care, not relevant to them, etc., etc. So, I can give you an example in a few seconds. But you might have done something ages ago, but not everyone will remember it. Not everyone may care. You name it. Things like that. One in. So, that right there is a prime example. Spotlight effect. Me walking with a camera and selfie stick. Ooh, how weird and unusual is that? Fair enough. But to that person, for a split second, he would have thought, this is weird, what's going on here? What's going on here? But then, a few seconds later, now, within reason, he's totally forgot about me. Within reason, yeah, some nuances to it, but as the time goes by, he's going to forget intrinsically, naturally, but also just no interest. Other things to focus on, yeah. And that's the other thing to remember, is that people's lives have moved on. They can't remember every single thing in general. So really, it's a game of patience, and maybe in some way it's a game of attrition. It's whoever can the opposite of attrition, really, whatever that is. Whoever can maintain the memory for the longest is the one that will remember. But yeah, exactly. And then one that forgets, so to speak, they move on in life. Again, the world is complex, don't be so narcissistic. So it's worth remembering and understanding that most people have moved on, only you're thinking about it. So that means that the pain, the cringe, the embarrassment is totally self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. And what does that mean? It means it's your own fault. It means it's just you. It's you hurting yourself. When you stop doing that, then the pain and the cringe goes away. Move on in life. That's powerful. I should do a video about that, actually. I think about it. Move on in life. Meaning, things have happened. Water under the bridge. Quite literally, move on in life. Because time to move on. Very straightforward. But by understanding intrinsically the spotlight effect, we can remind ourselves, both, that people's lives are too complex. There's a great concept in psychology, I guess, called Sonder, or Sondar. Everyone's life is as infinitely complex as our own, so we're not going to spend much time thinking about somebody else, in general, as much as necessary, because it's irrelevant. Don't need to think about other people, yeah, whatever. Move on in life. Powerful stuff. So when you recognise the spotlight effect, recognise the world is complex, don't be so narcissistic, and people have moved on. I can remember things from 10, 15, 20 odd years ago Yeah, 24, 25 odd years ago. But I'm the only one that remembers it. The overwhelming odds are only I remember. And it's been self-inflicted. So what does that mean? Forget about it. Spotlight effect. Things have happened since then. Move on in life. Powerful stuff. But otherwise, how cool is that? Psychology Saturday. Sharing smarter stuff men should know. You will see me tomorrow.